Do y'all think he gonna do jail time?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know.
I think so.
Because, I mean, he served, a year already?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say I think he'll do time with time served.
Yeah.
Or he may not do jail time because he's been in jail for this long, but he'll definitely do house arrest. Like he gonna have to figure out where he want to be,
Bali.
and they could say he stay there.
Now they did drop his trafficking charge. What charges did they drop? I can't.
If they drop the trafficking charge, then I think he's eligible for house arrest.
Well, they didn't. I saw that they said they didn't drop it. They just told the jury not to consider.
Got you. Okay.
I guess in their deliberation, not to consider kidnapping. And I think it was some type of trafficking that they told him not to consider.
Okay.
So I don't know what that means, but we gonna see, man.
I don't.
Diddy prosecutors dropped kidnapping, arson claims, and
the arson.
narrowing the racketeering charge. So they're focusing on that.
Okay.
What's the arson? Kid cut the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody? Sometimes I feel a little bit bad because deep down in my heart, I'm like, part of me want to see him beat it, but I mean, I still want something to happen to him for like all the shit he did.
What you want to happen to him?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe the public humiliation is enough, but probably not for somebody like him.
I was about to say, I think he's been through enough of public humiliation. Everybody knows this man is a
It ain't enough, man. The stuff he was
major
doing
freak.
to them people.
I think if something happens to him, I think the charges should be correct. I think the charges that the charges that they got against him are trumped up charges. Like these charges are made up to convict you and put you behind bars. Somebody had an agenda, and I'm normally not the guy to say that, but it's plain as day to see that somebody had an agenda to put you behind bars. I'm not saying you don't deserve to be punished for abusing people and abusing power, but they not charging you for that. They are charging you for sex trafficking. They are charging you for racketeering. You know what I'm saying? They are charging you for crimes that honestly you did not fucking commit at the end of the day. If we think about what trafficking is, that's not trafficking what he did.
Okay, so
He did prostitution, but he didn't traffic anybody.
right. So they were instructed, as Johnny stated, to remove attempted kidnapping, attempted arson, and aiding and abetting sex trafficking.
Oh, okay. So sex trafficking is off the table?
See, I don't understand.
Because in the closing arguments for the prosecution, they still tried to talk about sex trafficking.
Right. They still can talk about it, but the instructions to the jury is don't focus on that. So if you get hung up on that, it's like, don't even worry about it. We willing to drop these. Let's focus on the racketeering.
So, in order to have a racket, you have to do what Jeffrey Epstein did.
True.
You don't have a racket.
Didn't R. Kelly get the racketeering charge?
Can you look that up? Because that was said to me. I think you said it to me. Somebody said it to me this week about R. Kelly. I think you said it to me. R. Kelly got racketeering.
Yeah, I think one of his charges was racketeering.
I feel like R. Kelly had more so a racket because he didn't recruit those girls all the time.
Yeah, he had people flying those
He had
girls
people
around,
go get those girls. Yeah.
pull it up at McDonald's and shit.
Yeah, like he was on a different type of time.
So his key charges and convictions were racketeering, Mann Act violation, sex trafficking, child sexual exploitation and production of child pornography, enticing minors, and obstruction of justice.
Did R. Kelly ever send those girls out to have sex with other men?
I don't think so. I don't remember hearing any of those
having
stories.
sex with him.
See, I don't understand how he got a trafficking charge. Unless we're speaking about how he went about getting the girls, but therefore he shouldn't be the
He
only
probably
person
got
going to
child
prison.
trafficking.
Well, he got child sexual exploitation and production of child pornography because he was sexually exploiting children and producing it. This including coercing minors to engage in sexually explicit conduct for video recordings.
That happened, but I'm talking about the trafficking piece.
Was it sex trafficking or like child trafficking?
He was convicted on multiple counts of violating the Mann Act, and I can look that up. Definition, which prohibits sex trafficking across state lines. This involves coercing and transporting women and girls for illegal sexual activity. So because he would put them on like a bus and take them, like he was taking them from their homes, he was traveling with them and he
but
wasn't
he
supposed
was
to.
having sex with them.
Yes, so that's why they brought up like the whole rest in peace Aaliyah, because she was on the bus. She was technically a minor,
But he was having sex with them.
right? But sex trafficking involves coercing. It's just one person.
And I guess that's what I'm trying to state. That's what I'm saying here. Like, he himself is guilty of everything except for that one charge.
No, he is, because sex trafficking doesn't have to involve multiple people.
I know he's guilty of the charge by the letters of the law, but he's not. These are not. These girls, there's real trafficking victims and there's these girls. These girls, if we're looking at all trafficking victims, these particular girls in these particular situations have not been trafficked by the sense of what most trafficking looks like. Like,
What is sex trafficking to you?
He never took those girls and put those. He never did. When Epstein went down for sex trafficking, and him, which is a racket, it was him, it was Ghislaine Maxwell, and it was a bunch of millionaires. We'll never know who they are. Ghislaine's job was to go get young ladies, groom them. They brought them in to Jeffrey Epstein's mansion or sent them where they needed to go to serve these men at these parties. In these cases with R. Kelly and Puff Daddy, they're using trafficking by the letters, meaning did he coerce or abuse anybody? That's trafficking. All right, cool. When you break it down to that extent, yeah, but trafficking, real trafficking, is that what Jeffrey Epstein did? I got the girls. Hey, James, Johnny need 3 15-year-olds. Send them over. I got 1,000 for you. This nigga has an actual racket. Like, he has a racket going. Right. This is a thing. These guys don't have a racket going.
R.
They
Kelly
fucking
did.
they just nasty niggas.
R. Kelly did, because he shared the child pornography.
Oh, so that's how he trafficked
That's what
her.
carries it over into sex
He
trafficking.
shared it?
Yeah, because
People knew about it. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He recorded it. He bragged about it. His brother, when they
Oh, yeah, they watched it. Yeah.
So they knew he was doing this with minors. So therefore,
Peeing
you're
on a
exploiting them.
15-year-old.
You're trafficking them. You're trafficking the videos that you recorded.
So relate that to Jane and Cassie.
So, and I think that's why they're trying to drop it, because Epstein, R. Kelly, those are definite. Diddy, it turns into what we discussed last week about this is just an abusive relationship, unfortunately. I will say Jane, or who was it that he actually did assault?
Mia. Mia got assaulted.
Right. Her, I'm willing to just bank on her when it comes to upholding some charges against him, just because she doesn't sound like she was signing up for any of that.
She did not. That was the only one I felt like was the most credible witness, because you can debate whether or not Cassie's testimony, if that's gonna be, something that gets. Go ahead, handle your business. Yeah, you can debate whether or not if Cassie's testimony is something that's gonna get them caught up. That's smart. And you could debate Jane's testimony, but you don't have. You can step in front of the camera. You don't have to. But with Gia, you don't have to dig too deep. Like, her testimony is pretty solid. Like, she didn't want that shit, and she was a victim the whole time. Let me see here. I was gonna ask y'all, if he does get no jail time, do y'all think he can rebuild his image?
Nah.
No. So.
It's over?
It's over.
Because
He done.
I feel like he would have to depend upon some heavy hitters to help him rebuild his image, and right now no one's willing to touch him.
Oh, got you.
Because when you think about it, whenever somebody got into something, and I know we were talking about Chris Brown earlier, when Chris Brown got into that situation involving Rihanna, Diddy was the one that helped him and covered him until people were willing to work with him again. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if there's anybody that's willing to do that for Diddy.
Nah, you right. Johnny, do you think if he gets convicted of no jail time, can he rebuild his image?
Let's see. No, I think his image pretty much done. Like, he can still make money, for sure, because he got money to invest and buy companies and stuff. But as far as him wanting to be in the public spotlight, I think that's over.
Do y'all think it's possible to cancel him, like they done R. Kelly?
I mean, people gonna listen to his music. You can't cancel his music. You might not like him, but his music stand the test of time.
Right.
It's always gonna be around. So
And even that, it's still hard to count R. Kelly because you might still listen to songs you didn't even know R. Kelly wrote.
I mean, that's true. That's true. But I think the direct songs with R. Kelly actually singing
Yeah.
is where the offense
Yeah.
comes in. I don't hear R. Kelly played out. I do hear R. Kelly played in certain like places with certain groups of people.
Yeah.
But like, just if we go into a spot, you're not just gonna hear R. Kelly come on. Like, it don't happen like
Yeah, true.
my mind
That's
is
true.
telling me no.
Yeah.
So maybe from that aspect, maybe people will not directly play Diddy songs, but it's gonna be hard to.
Ooh.
Hard not to.
All right. Well, that's
But,
all.
Yeah, I think the public image of Diddy, I think, is done. And just the things that we've heard and the things we saw, especially all the abuse, the videos that came out about him beating Cassie and shit.
Yeah.
I think he was done already before
Yeah.
that.
I
Before the trial, when them videos came out, I think people was like, "Nah, I can't mess with somebody out here beating on women that bad."
Yeah, everybody did this. A lot of people distance themselves. Now, I will say there is a select few people in Hollywood who are in the entertainment industry who haven't distanced themselves. Like, they position themselves like, if this does go right, I didn't turn my back on you. There are people who didn't do that, but
That nigga banned from every women activity ever. That nigga can't even go to Wendy's.
I do believe just because he was so bold to do what he did up until the time he went to jail, I do believe when he gets out, he's right back at it.
Think so?
I mean, most criminals go to jail and usually go right back to jail. Like, they go right back to what they was doing before they went to jail.
Right.
And I think because you are rich and you are who you are, I got a feeling he's not going to learn his lesson from this,
Be like,
especially if you get little jail time or no jail time. You're going right back to what you was doing.
man, give me some
Yeah.
of that paint.
Maybe. I did notice he was spending a lot of time with his family, like right before he went in. So maybe he felt like this could have been it.
I mean, yeah, he knew he was going.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. Once you get in the system, they can do what they want with you. They could tell you whatever before they get them cuffs on you. But because one of the lawyers I was listening to was like, man, I'm pretty sure he was thinking he was going to post bail, which we all,
Yeah.
thought he would. And he said if he would have post bail, he would have been able to push the case back for years and years and years, filing appeals and doing all kinds of shit to avoid that shit going to trial.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was spending time with his family because I think in the back of his head, it's like, yeah, once they get them handcuffs on you, they could just be like, nah, we're not doing that.
Okay, that makes sense. I always wondered why they didn't give him bail. I thought maybe they thought he was gonna flee, but you're right. Maybe the money he probably could have just kept it out of the court for a long
He
time.
would. That's what the lawyer was saying.